to the December series. This is our first webinar, and the objective here is just to kind of create an open channel between us and QuickMinutes users. It's a two-way piece. So again, the objective of this is, so we're running it 4 times a month, and then we send out the recording. So you can even just register if you want, and you'll get the recording afterwards. And I think, you know, for the first part where Izzy's presenting, we're going to keep it to 10 minutes. Q&A is afterwards. We'll hang around for as long as it makes sense and as long as everyone's here. And again, yeah. So Izzy, well done on this is the second in the series. Well done on the first one. Excited today. So the floor is yours. Izzy is a customer success manager at QuickMinutes. Pranav is also a marketing intern here at QuickMinutes as well. And just passing it back to Izzy then, who's going to host it.
So today, I think you've already seen anyway, we're just going to cover 3 topics. So the first part is calendar integration, second part is creating a meeting, and then at the end, the floor will be open to a Q&A. So the first part is calendar integration. So we actually have an FAQ here, and we'll be circulating them with the recording that's going out at the end. So what I want to do is just go through how to enable and disable the calendar integration. So if I just go to QuickMinutes. As you can see here, I'm just logged in. This is my homepage, and straight away I can see in the left-hand corner that I have my calendar. So I'm Google, so you'll have Outlook or Microsoft. So I'm Google Calendar is enabled. If I want to disable this, I just simply click on the Here option, and it brings me into the settings to disable and enable that, and vice versa. So if you're disabled, you'll be able to enable it also from here. Another way to do this is to just come to your profile icon in the right-hand corner, come down to settings, and then over to integration. So you'll have Google, Microsoft, and Zoom if you're using Zoom, and you'll be able to just integrate through this. So that's just a really easy enabling and disabling calendar integration. I'll go through the effects of what that has when you're creating a meeting in the next part, but just on that, is there any questions so far?
No, that's grand.
Perfect. I'd say we're good to go. So that's the calendar integration. So then the next thing then is actually creating your meeting. So when you're creating your meeting, you have 3 places you can do that. So one is quick create up here. Secondly, on the outside of the meeting, and you can also go inside the group and create the meeting from here. So when I have my calendar integrated and I click on the create meeting button, I'll see 2 options, which is new and existing. So I'll just go through the new flow for now. So if I click on new, the create meeting modal pops up. It's your meeting title, date and time as normal, and then it's the conference link. So I'm Google, so if you're Microsoft, you'll be choosing Microsoft. And when I do this and I click create, you get a box which lets you know exactly what's happening. So the first thing is it's going to create the meeting in your Google or Outlook calendar. The second thing is it's going to generate a Google Meet or a Teams link. So it's going to be a new link created with this, and it's also going to send invitations to your group members. So from this dropdown, you can actually have choice on that. So for the sending of the invitations, if you don't want them to go out yet, you can deselect everyone and just create the meeting, and then you're done. So if I just click OK, and that's creating a new meeting. So the second option then, if I come back to create another meeting, is the existing option. So once I click on this, what I see here is 1, all of the events that aren't already in QuickMinutes, but they're in my integrated calendar. And 2, I see the ones that I am an organizer of. So you have to be the organizer of these, and they can't already be paired in QuickMinutes. And what you can do is, let's say if you have your next 6-month meeting scheduled, they have to come to QuickMinutes, but they're already in your calendar. You can choose which event you want to pair into QuickMinutes. So for example, if I choose this one, I see first of all how many attendees I have, date and the time, and I just click on this. It just gives you a warning to let you know that you're syncing it with that group. And once I click yes, the meeting comes into QuickMinutes, and what happens is the same Google Meet or Teams link is used. So it avoids duplication in your calendar. So you still only have 1 event in your calendar, but what you've done is you've just synced this into QuickMinutes. And if I come out of that then, one thing I will just say on the calendar integration is just to be careful of, and it's also in the FAQ, is just with editing the meetings. So firstly, there's a 2-way sync. So any updates that you make either in the calendar event or in QuickMinutes, they're paired. So it's really handy. So you can choose where you want to make the change. But the second thing to be careful of is that once you pair a meeting or create a new meeting in QuickMinutes with calendar integration enabled, and you decide to delete this, it will also delete from your calendar. and that's when your members will receive a cancellation email. So that's just something small to be careful of. And that's the two options for creating a meeting with the calendar enabled. Now, there is one more option, but I'm just going to open the floor to any questions there so far.
Yeah, so just to confirm, so the whole purpose of your calendar integration is that you're tying your event in your calendar, your Outlook calendar or your Google calendar, with the QuickMinutes meeting material, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and then the two options then is you can schedule that event from within QuickMinutes and push it to your calendar along with the invitation. Or secondly, if it's pre-existing in your calendar, you can just connect it.
Sync it in. Yeah, exactly. And no duplication will occur there. Just the event is brought straight to QuickMinutes.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. So the last option then is just to disable your calendar. So once you disable the calendar integration, you now have no relationship between QuickMinutes and your calendar. So to do this, I'm just going to click on the Here option. So now I have my calendar disabled. And once I click to create a meeting this time, what you'll see is I actually have no option. So it just brings me straight to this modal. So I don't have an option between new and existing. So that's a slight cue just to know that you have your calendar disabled. And as normal, meeting title, date and time. And just for the conference, let's say if I just choose Google, I get this error message. So again, I know I'm not integrated. And the option here for a conference link is one, you can paste it in. So I can just paste the link here, or else you can leave that blank. So when I click create, you're again brought into your meeting documentation. And what it actually does is it reads that it's a Google Meet link that you've pasted in, and just Google Meet appears here instead of the link. And the final thing I'll show just on creating the meeting, which is kind of a new feature, is the hybrid option. So with the way things are kind of going, if you have a meeting that's half in person and half online, next to the close button, there's just the hybrid. If you click on this icon, you can now actually enter in a location as well as choosing a conference link. So you have the option of both. So if I had my calendar integrated, I'd be able to generate the link and the location there. And when I click create, then these will appear on your agenda and in your meeting pack, like so.